So, the 5% surcharge on petrol and its related products has generated widespread debate among Nigerians. The question among Nigerians remains, why now? And what are the implications for everyday Nigerians whose source of livelihood revolve around the consumption of these products? Hi, my name is Christopher Adiwale, and I'm a researcher here at the Center for the Study of Economies of Africa. Together, we're going to be discussing what this tax law means and what are the implications for everyday Nigerians. If I would describe the new tax act in one word, I would call it housekeeping, because I think what the new tax act has tried or is trying to do as well is to harmonize tax laws in the country and make it less stressful or confusing. Remove duplicated tax laws, redundant ones, and make it easy for everyday Nigerians to understand, and also for the agencies that would implement these tax laws. It reduces their workload and also cuts down on collection costs for revenue generating agencies. So I wouldn't exactly say it is part of a bigger, government strategy for revenue generation. Of course, will it generate revenue for the government? Definitely. But this money has been earmarked for a specific purpose, which is road maintenance. Although the government will collect the money but send it to FEMA, and 60% of this revenue would be used for state road maintenance, while 40% would go to federal road maintenance. So it is definitely not a strategy on the government end to just burden Nigerians by increasing the price of fuel and also its related products. Neither would I say it is a part of a strategy to increase revenue generation. Yes, the government would generate revenue, but the money is going to road maintenance. So it is still the road users who ply these roads, right, that would get to benefit from this tax if implemented. So I think this is a major reason why there has been pushback from Nigerians, because Nigerians question the motive behind this tax. I mean, why now? Why 5 is already? What we would expect is, given that fuel subsidy is gone, the savings from the removal of subsidy could be directed towards the road maintenance that is being spoken about, or that the 5% surcharge is supposed to take care of. So if the government decides to use the savings from the subsidy removal for road maintenance, there are other issues or pending issues that the government still needs to take care of. However, if the 5% surcharge from petroleum and petrol products is used adequately for road maintenance, then the government can attend to other capital needs, infrastructures that are essential for development in the nation. So, but my stance still remain. I think the social currency between Nigerian leaders and Nigerians is the bone of contention in this issue, right? The motive. Why are you placing such tax at this critical time where already there's inflation? Poverty keeps increasing, unemployment, among other things. What we would expect from the Nigerian government right now would not be taxes necessarily, but palliatives in different forms. Reduction in, some fees, some levies, reduction in a number of things, not necessarily subsidies, but just little things to make life easier. I mean, earlier when subsidy was going to be removed, the government spoke about a central form of transportation to ease movement for Nigerians and also mitigate against the shocks that came from increase in transport fare from the increase in fuel prices. So yes, I would say there is the likelihood that this 5% surcharge would erode, in a manner of speaking, the purchasing power of Nigerians as well. So this question kind of pits, like economic agents against themselves. But I don't think that's the case in this, as with many tax laws. I think every party has a share of win and losses in this case, as we call ourselves stakeholders, right? The government is a stakeholder, the Nigerian populace is a stakeholder, investors, even business owners are stakeholders. For instance, yes, this 5% surcharge for the government could mean extra source of revenue to do other things. But also, the law that established this act clearly states the money is supposed to go for road maintenance. And if the roads are properly maintained, and that creates proper road networks for businesses to do business across states, across the country generally. So I would not necessarily say, is this some form of burden, or would this create some form of burden? Definitely. But in the long run, I think it's something that every side would benefit from equally. Both the government, business owners, everyday Nigerians, and investors alike. So first off, I think we can all agree that the social capital between the Nigerian leaders and Nigerian populace is low as low can get, right? So but what can the government do to bridge that gap, increase their social capital, increase trust between the government and the populace? This is literal textbook answers, things people have been clamoring for over the years: accountability and transparency. The government needs to be more accountable to the people. Take, for instance, the 5% surcharge. What the government can do is come out, explain more in-depthly what the charge is about. Of course, there has been responses, interviews from representatives of the current administration explaining the tax acts already existed. You're just trying to, bring it into implementation now and all. But I think the government can come out, justify why they are implementing it now. Why is it necessary now? Road maintenance, yes, we know. But has the government been maintaining the road or our roads over time, right? And also transparency. Let's see. Let the government open their books to the people, right? You're collecting this tax. How much did you collect? Who was the money sent to? Again, I'm going to use the 5% surcharge as an instance. You collect, say, for a period of 6 months. You show how much you collected, who the money was sent to, and also what roads, right? Specifically, which of the roads were maintained using this money. And people need to see that the money they are paying is working for them, right? It's being used for what it was said it will be used for. So if the government can work on these two things and really implement them, they'll be taking steps in the right direction to building back the social capital they've lost with the Nigerian people. Basically, what we should expect to see in the next 5 years is a tax system that is helping us achieve a better Nigeria. The reactions from Nigerians about the 5% surcharge on petrol and its related products is quite frankly not unfounded, especially given the current economic conditions. However, I think the government can bolster the confidence of the public, basically by being transparent and being accountable, not just about the 5% surcharge right now, but also in subsequent policies. What do you think about the 5% surcharge? Kindly drop your comments in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.